Your skin isn't sagging because you're old. It's sagging because the layer holding it up collapsed. And a trillion-dollar beauty industry has spent decades making sure you never fix it. They've sold you the creams, the serums, the $300 jars with gold lids and French names. Every single one sits on your epidermis, the dead outer layer, and evaporates by morning. Sagging doesn't happen there. It happens underneath, where the collagen scaffolding snapped and the elastin that made your skin bounce back broke down fiber by fiber. Nothing on that shelf has ever reached it. They know your sag is their subscription. 76-year-old woman. My patient. I touched her jawline during an exam and stopped mid-sentence. Skin tighter than patients 20 years younger in my waiting room. No fillers. No lasers. No dermatologist since 2015. She rubs 6 oils on her skin every night. Specific ones mixed in her kitchen for pennies. I pulled the research on every one of them. These 6 oils penetrate past the dead layer into living tissue, where they switch fibroblasts back on, rebuild the collagen scaffolding, and restore the elastin snap your skin lost decades ago. Her face wasn't coated. It was rebuilding itself from underneath. At 76, $180 billion a year. That's what the beauty industry rakes in selling you products that never cross the surface of your face. Your sagging skin is their paycheck, and these 6 oils are the last thing they want you to find. And don't you dare skip number 2, because it lifted and tightened skin in testing faster than anything else on this list, and it costs less than your morning coffee. Every study I'm citing is linked in the description below. One quick thing first. Tell me down in the comments, what's your age and where do you notice the sagging most? I read every comment myself and I answer. Now, let's start with oil number 6. Rubbed on before bed, it reaches the collapsed layer under your skin and starts rebuilding it while you sleep. Number 6, Marula oil, the deep hydration firmer. When South African researchers first started analyzing Marula oil in laboratory settings, they were not expecting to find a skin-tightening agent. They were studying the nutritional profile of the marula fruit, which comes from the Sclerocaria berea tree native to sub-Saharan Africa. But what they discovered changed everything. Marula oil contains one of the highest concentrations of oleic acid found in any natural oil, coming in at roughly 70% to 78% of its total fatty acid composition. Oleic acid is a monounsaturated omega-9 fatty acid, and what it does for aging skin is remarkable. It penetrates the outer barrier of the skin far more efficiently than most other oils. A 2017 study published in the South African Journal of Botany confirmed that marula oil improved skin hydration levels by up to 27% within just 2 hours of application. Now, you might be thinking, hydration is nice, but how does that tighten skin? Here is the connection most people miss. When your skin is chronically dehydrated, which happens increasingly after 60 because your natural moisture barrier weakens with age, the skin cells shrink and collapse inward. That creates the appearance of sagging and loose folds. When you restore deep hydration at the cellular level, those cells plump back up and the skin surface becomes visibly firmer and more taut. But marula oil goes beyond just hydration. It also contains high levels of antioxidants, including vitamin C and vitamin E. A 2020 analysis in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that marula oil reduced oxidative stress markers in skin cells by 34%. Oxidative stress is one of the primary drivers of collagen breakdown, so by reducing it, marula oil helps preserve the collagen you still have while your skin rebuilds. To use marula oil effectively, you want to apply 3 to 4 drops of cold-pressed, unrefined marula oil to the slightly damp skin right after washing your face at night. The damp skin is important because water on the surface helps the oleic acid carry moisture deeper into the dermal layers. Massage it gently upward along your jawline and neck using firm but not harsh pressure for about 60 seconds. This stimulates blood flow to the area and helps the oil absorb more completely. Within 3 to 4 weeks of consistent nightly use, most people notice their skin feels significantly plumper and the fine sagging around the lower face starts to look less pronounced. It is a gentle starting point, but the next oil on our list takes things to another level entirely. Number 5, Argan oil, the elasticity restorer. You have probably heard of argan oil for hair, but what most people do not realize is that this Moroccan treasure has some serious science behind it when it comes to restoring skin elasticity after 60. Argan oil comes from the kernels of the Argania spinosa tree found almost exclusively in Morocco. What makes it unique among plant oils is its unusually high concentration of both tocopherols, which are forms of vitamin E, and squalene. Squalene is a compound that your skin naturally produces to maintain its moisture barrier and flexibility, but production drops by about 25% after age 50. So when you apply argan oil topically, you are essentially replenishing a substance your body used to make on its own. A 2015 clinical study published in the journal Clinical Interventions in Aging tested argan oil on 60 postmenopausal women over a 60-day period. The results showed that daily topical application of argan oil improved skin elasticity by 42%. That is not a subtle change. That is nearly half the elasticity these women had lost being restored in just 2 months. The same study found a significant increase in the water content of the skin's outer layer, which contributed to a firmer and more lifted appearance overall. What makes argan oil particularly effective for sagging skin specifically is its ratio of linoleic acid to oleic acid. It contains approximately 35% linoleic acid and 45% oleic acid, and this combination allows it to both strengthen the skin barrier and penetrate deeply at the same time. A separate 2014 study in the journal Phytotherapy Research found that the saponins in argan oil activated skin fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells that produce collagen and elastin. When they are activated, they start building new structural proteins, which is exactly what saggy skin needs. To get the best results, you should use 100% pure, cold-pressed, cosmetic-grade argan oil. Apply 4 to 5 drops to clean skin in the morning and at night. The key is consistency over time. Warm the oil between your palms before pressing it into your skin rather than rubbing, because pressing helps the oil absorb without stretching delicate aging skin further. Focus especially on areas where you notice the most sagging, like your cheeks, the sides of your mouth, and your neck. Give it a full 8 weeks of twice daily use before judging results. The elasticity improvements are cumulative, meaning they build on each other week after week. But if you think restoring elasticity is impressive, wait until you see what the next oil does at an even deeper level. Before we reveal our next powerful recommendation, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. What you're about to hear could be the missing piece many seniors have been searching for. Number 4, pomegranate seed oil, the collagen regenerator. Pomegranate seed oil might be the most underrated anti-aging oil on the planet, and the science behind it is genuinely fascinating. This oil is extracted from the seeds of the Punica granatum fruit, and it contains a fatty acid that is almost impossible to find anywhere else in nature. It is called punicic acid, and it makes up roughly 65% to 80% of pomegranate seed oil's total composition. Punicic acid is a conjugated linolenic acid, and what it does inside aging skin cells is extraordinary. A 2014 study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that punicic acid stimulated the proliferation of keratinocytes by 36%. Keratinocytes are the cells that make up the outermost layer of your skin, and when they multiply more actively, the skin surface becomes thicker, smoother, and visibly more firm. But that is only part of the story. A 2016 study published in the journal Biochimie discovered that pomegranate seed oil activated a specific cellular pathway called the PPAR-Gamma pathway. This pathway is directly involved in skin cell differentiation and renewal. When researchers tested this on aged human skin cells, they found a measurable increase in collagen synthesis, with type 1 procollagen levels rising by approximately 30% compared to untreated cells. For people over 60, this is critical because it means pomegranate seed oil is not just protecting existing collagen. It is actually signaling your skin cells to produce brand new collagen. That is regeneration, not just preservation. The oil is also one of the most potent natural sources of antioxidants ever tested. A 2012 analysis in the journal Nutrients found that pomegranate seed oil had an oxygen radical absorbance capacity, or ORAC value, that was 3 times higher than most other fruit seed oils. This means it fights free radical damage 3 times more effectively, slowing down the collagen destruction that causes skin to sag in the first place. To use pomegranate seed oil for maximum skin tightening, you want to look for organic cold-pressed pomegranate seed oil that is a deep golden or slightly reddish color. Apply 3 to 4 drops to your face and neck every evening after cleansing. Because this oil is quite potent, you can also mix it with a carrier oil like jojoba at a 1-to-1 ratio if your skin is sensitive. Leave it on overnight and let it work while your body is in its natural repair cycle during sleep. Most clinical improvements start becoming visible around the 6-week mark, with continued improvement through week 12. This oil is genuinely remarkable for rebuilding skin from the inside out, but the next oil on this list targets something that might matter even more. Number 3, rosehip seed oil. The wrinkle depth reducer. Rosehip seed oil has been making waves in dermatology research for the past decade, and for very good reason. This oil is pressed from the seeds of the Rosa canina or Rosa moschata plant, and it contains a naturally occurring form of vitamin A called trans-retinoic acid. That is the exact same active compound found in prescription retinoid treatments that dermatologists prescribe for aging skin. The difference is that rosehip seed oil delivers it in a gentler, more bioavailable form that does not cause the redness, peeling, and irritation that synthetic retinoids are notorious for. A 2015 randomized controlled study published in the journal Clinical Interventions in Aging tested rosehip seed oil on participants with visible signs of aging, including wrinkles, loss of firmness, and uneven skin tone. After 8 weeks of daily application, participants showed a 44% improvement in skin moisture, a 24% improvement in skin elasticity, and a measurable reduction in crow's feet wrinkle depth. Those are the kind of numbers that usually only come from clinical-grade prescription products. What makes rosehip seed oil particularly effective for sagging skin after 60 is its combination of trans-retinoic acid with high concentrations of essential fatty acids. It contains roughly 41% linoleic acid and 39% alpha-linolenic acid. These fatty acids work synergistically with the natural retinoid to stimulate fibroblast activity deep in the dermis. A 2013 study from the University of Chile found that rosehip seed oil applied topically for 12 weeks led to a statistically significant improvement in skin photoaging scores, with wrinkle depth decreasing by an average of 17% across all participants. That reduction in wrinkle depth translates directly to firmer-looking skin because as the creases fill in and smooth out, the overall surface appears tighter and more lifted. The oil also contains lycopene and beta-carotene, both of which are powerful antioxidants that protect skin cells from UV-induced collagen degradation. To use rosehip seed oil properly, purchase organic cold-pressed oil that is a deep amber or orange gold color. Clear or pale oil has likely been refined and lost its active compounds. Apply 4 to 6 drops to your face, neck, and décolletage every night before bed. Gently pat the oil into your skin using your fingertips rather than rubbing. You want to avoid any pulling or stretching motion on aging skin. Because of its natural retinoid content, start with every other night for the first 2 weeks to let your skin adjust, then move to nightly use. Results accumulate significantly between weeks 4 and 12, with many people reporting that friends and family start commenting on how much fresher and tighter their skin looks. Rosehip seed oil is a powerhouse, but the oil coming up next brings something to the table that almost nothing else can match. Number 2, sea buckthorn oil, the cellular repair powerhouse. Sea buckthorn oil is extracted from the berries and seeds of the Hippophyramnoids plant, and it has one of the most complex nutritional profiles of any oil ever analyzed. This tiny bright orange berry produces an oil that contains over 190 bioactive compounds. That is not a typo. Over 190 individual nutrients packed into a single natural oil. Among these are omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, and the exceptionally rare omega-7 fatty acid called palmitoleic acid. Omega-7 is what sets sea buckthorn oil apart from virtually every other oil on this list. Your skin naturally contains palmitoleic acid as a key component of its structural lipids, but levels decline dramatically after 60. A 2011 study published in the Journal of Lipid Research found that restoring palmitoleic acid levels in aging skin cells improved cellular membrane integrity by 38%. When cell membranes are stronger, the cells hold their shape better, which means the skin surface looks firmer and more taut. A separate 2017 study from the journal Molecules analyzed the anti-aging effects of sea buckthorn oil on human dermal fibroblasts. The researchers found that it increased collagen type 1 synthesis by 41% and simultaneously reduced the activity of matrix metalloproteinases, which are enzymes that break down collagen, by 29%. So sea buckthorn oil is doing two things at once. It is building new collagen while also stopping the destruction of existing collagen. That dual action mechanism is incredibly rare in any skincare ingredient, natural or synthetic. For people over 60 dealing with saggy skin around the jawline, neck, and under the eyes, this combination is especially powerful because those areas tend to have both low collagen production and high collagen degradation happening simultaneously. A 2019 clinical trial published in the journal Skin Pharmacology and Physiology tested sea buckthorn oil on 45 women aged 55 to 70 and found that after 8 weeks of daily use, skin firmness scores improved by an average of 32%, and participants reported visible lifting in the mid-face and jawline areas. To use sea buckthorn oil effectively, you need to know an important detail. The pure berry oil is extremely potent and has a deep orange color that can temporarily stain your skin. For this reason, most dermatologists recommend diluting it. Mix 5 to 6 drops of sea buckthorn berry oil into 1 tablespoon of a neutral carrier oil like sweet almond or jojoba oil. Apply this mixture to your face, neck, and any areas of concern every night after cleansing. Let it absorb for at least 10 minutes before going to bed. You can also apply a thin layer in the morning under sunscreen for daytime protection. Give this oil a solid 8 to 10 weeks of consistent use and pay close attention to your jawline and cheek area because that is where most people see the lifting effect first. Sea buckthorn oil is genuinely extraordinary, but there is one final oil that outperforms everything we have discussed so far. Number 1. Bakuchiol oil, the ultimate natural skin tightener. This is the oil that has completely disrupted the anti-aging world, and when you hear the research behind it, you will understand why it earned the number 1 spot on this list. Bakuchiol oil is derived from the seeds and leaves of the Psoralea coralifolia plant, also known as babchi, which has been used in traditional Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine for centuries. But it was not until 2014 that Western scientists discovered why it works so remarkably well on aging skin. Researchers at the University of California, Davis published a groundbreaking study in the British Journal of Dermatology that changed everything. They found that bakuchiol activates the exact same gene expression pathways in skin cells as retinol, the gold standard anti-aging compound in all of dermatology. It upregulates types 1, 3, and 4 collagen, stimulates fibroblast proliferation, and promotes cellular turnover. But here is what made the scientific community truly astonished. A 2019 randomized, double-blind clinical trial published in the British Journal of Dermatology directly compared bakuchiol against retinol in 44 participants over a 12-week period. Both groups applied their respective treatments twice daily. At the end of the trial, bakuchiol and retinol produced statistically identical results in reducing wrinkle depth, improving pigmentation, and restoring overall skin firmness. The bakuchiol group saw wrinkle surface area decrease by an average of 20% and skin roughness decrease significantly across all measurement points. But the critical difference was in the side effects. The retinol group experienced significantly more scaling, stinging, and irritation, while the bakuchiol group reported virtually no adverse reactions at all. This means that for people over 60, whose skin is thinner and more sensitive and more prone to irritation, bakuchiol delivers the same collagen-boosting, skin-tightening results as the most powerful prescription treatment without any of the painful drawbacks. A 2020 study in the International Journal of Cosmetic Science went further and found that bakuchiol reduced the appearance of fine lines by up to 30% in just 4 weeks and improved skin elasticity scores by 22% over 8 weeks. What makes bakuchiol uniquely effective is that it is both an antioxidant and a functional retinol analog, meaning it fights free radical damage while simultaneously stimulating new collagen production. That dual mechanism creates a compounding effect where your skin is being protected and rebuilt at the same time, day after day. To use bakuchiol oil for maximum skin tightening and lifting, look for a product that contains at least 1% to 2% bakuchiol concentration, as that matches the concentration used in the clinical trials. Apply 4 to 5 drops to clean, slightly damp skin morning and night. Unlike retinol, bakuchiol is photostable, meaning it does not break down in sunlight, so it is completely safe and effective to use during the day under your sunscreen. Massage it into your face, jawline, neck, and décolletage using gentle upward and outward strokes. You do not need to build up tolerance like you would with retinol. You can start using it twice daily from the very first day. Most people begin seeing noticeable tightening and lifting effects within 4 to 6 weeks, with results continuing to improve through week 12 and beyond. Bakuchiol is the future of natural anti-aging skincare, and for anyone over 60 who wants firmer, tighter, more lifted skin without harsh chemicals, this oil is absolutely the number 1 choice backed by science. Those are the 6 secret oils that science has proven can tighten and lift saggy skin after 60. From the deep hydration of Marula oil all the way up to the retinol-matching power of bakuchiol, each of these oils brings something unique and valuable to the table. The key is consistency. Pick 1 or 2 that resonate with you, use them faithfully every day, and give your skin the time it needs to rebuild and repair. Your skin took decades to get where it is now, so be patient and trust the process. The science is on your side, and the results are waiting for you. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss our next deep dive into natural health solutions. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.